We are live. Okay, page 202. So the journal does a nice job of drawing these pictures. So on page 202, what we see is the median, okay? So the median is to the middle, just to the middle of the opposite side. And if you're to draw all of the middles in, all of the medians in, they intersect right here at a point. Okay, and that point's going to be the centroid. That point's the centroid, okay? So if you take and draw the medians to the middle of the opposite side, middle of the opposite side, middle of the opposite side, all three will intersect in a point called the centroid. It's just the middle, okay? Does that make sense? Draw it to the middle of this side, find the middle of it, draw it in, find the middle of this side, draw it in. And they all three intersect in a thing called the centroid. It's also the balance point. It's also the balance point. So if you take your finger and put it right there, it would balance the triangle. Okay, so now if I go to the other page and draw the altitudes, okay, so they drew one altitude. And hold on, let me draw another altitude. So altitude means at 90 degrees, so this one probably look more like straight down at 90. Straight down 90, maybe right like that. And then this one, straight down at 90, straight across at 90 degrees. Okay? So I drew in all the altitude, which is straight down at 90 degrees, right, the height. Then they all intersect in a point called the orthocenter. Okay? What do? Well, the orthocenter really doesn't have much function at all, okay, so I'm just going to put it out there. But it's not hard to find. But the centroid has got all sorts of applications. So let's take a look at your notes, okay? So continue with this. So median is a line segment. Oh, nay, hold on. We're 420. Oh, boy, that'll be a great day, huh? Okay, so our objective today is looking at centroids and orthocenters. And they are created by medians and by altitudes. Okay? A median is simply a line segment from an angle to the to the midpoint of the opposite side. Okay, and I'll give you a chance to catch up. I'm going to draw a picture, but I'll give you a chance to catch up, okay? Actually, we've drawn a picture, so I'll just draw it again. We've done this. That was our fourth drawing, right? There's a median. All it is a line segment from an angle to the midpoint of the opposite side. Okay? Easy, right? Thumbs up? Seems pretty easy to me. What it does, though, is when you draw them all, you get the centroid. And the thing about the centroid is it cuts these pieces into thirds. So let me draw the next one. That's it right there. So here's our centroid. I want you to write this down. The centroid cuts the segments into thirds. Let's look at QN. Let's look at QN into thirds. There's QN. Everybody see it? I highlighted it. That's line segment QN. And it happens to be 18 long. I'm going to take 18 and I'm going to take a third of it. A third of 18 is 6. So a third of 18 is 6. So that means that this piece is 6. And then this piece is cut into 2 of those parts. Put a little mark right there. So into thirds. 6. This would be 6. And this would also be 6. So I took the segment. I took the median. And I cut it into thirds. And then what happens is I get 6. The short piece is 6. And the longer piece is 2 of those 6s. So I can say now what QP is. Well, QP is there, is 6. PN is 12. All right. Let's look at, there's more information. Am I going too fast? Am I okay? Let's look at LR. If I look at LR, this piece is 5, but that's the short, that's the third, isn't it? That's the third, which would make this, yeah, you're ahead of me. See, you got it. This would make this 5 and this 5, which is 10. Who said 10? Totally right. It's easy, isn't this easy? So then we know LP is 10, and if I wanted the whole length of LR, well, that's easy. What's LR? What's the length of LR, the whole thing? 15. Isn't this easy? Okay, now let's look at our third segment, okay? Third segment's here. It's 12. But that's the longer piece, right? That's the longer piece. So if this is 12, what's the short piece? 6, right? Because I would have a third. I'd have a 6, another 6, another 6. So I could say that SP is 6. And then the whole length, we know what the whole length is. SM is 12 plus 6 is 18. Thumbs up? Isn't that easy? Cool. Okay, you guys ready to turn the page and we'll do the Orthocenter, okay? All right, altitude. Well, we know what that is, but I'm going to write down a line segment from an angle perpendicular to the opposite side. It's also the height. We'll put down height so it makes it easy to remember. Okay, I'll draw a picture of that. Altitude. Straight down. How tall is that triangle? Straight down. There it is. There's my altitude. If you find the intersection of all of these, it's the intersection. So Orthocenter is just a point of intersection of all 3 altitudes. Okay, let's do it. I'll wait till you guys get caught up. Let's do it. I'm good. Well, let's graph number 2. -2, -1. There's A. 1, 8. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's B. And 1, 2, 3, 4, -1. There's C. I'm going to draw my triangle in. Okay. And looking for altitudes. Altitudes. straight up and down to the bottom. Straight up and down to the bottom, the height of the triangle. So from B, it's pretty easy. Okay, Anna, put your phone away. So from B, it's right there. Okay, there's the altitude. Everybody agree? Boom. Straight down to the middle. How tall is it? From the angle, straight down the middle. Okay. Now the other two are a little bit trickier, but I think I can do this. Okay. So I know to get a perpendicular line, I must have opposite slopes. Okay. So I want to draw the others, but I need opposite slopes. So let's see. The slope of AB. Up 1, 2, 3 over 1. Up 3 over 1. So the slope of AB is 3 over 1. I just counted it. Up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1. I just counted it. Up 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1. The opposite slope, the perpendicular slope, would have to be a negative 1 over 3. So from point C, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go 1, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And draw it in. I think I've found it already. I think the point's right there. I could do the other one too. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is also 3, 1. So 3, 1. Yeah, it's right there. They all intersect right there. So my orthocenter is at the point 1, 0. Okay. That's all I have for today. Okay. Our homework is going to be on page 205, 206. We don't have a lot of time, but we can get started on it. 1 through 10 all. It's not that many problems. All we got to do is try, right? That's all we got to do is just try, and we're going to be okay. Stop. Stop. Stop recording.